Yes, hello my dear students, how are you? So today we are going to discuss structure of PCl5. Structure of PCl5. So how type of, which type of questions they are asking in the NEET examination based on the structure of PCl5. Then what is the structure of PCl5 that we have to discuss now. So first structure of PCl5, how will be there? So phosphorus is the central atom. Then surrounded by that, so first 3 chlorine atoms are present in one plane like this. These 3 chlorine atoms and one phosphorus atom all are present in one plane like this. Then above of the plane one chlorine atom, and below of the plane one chlorine atom, like this will be present. So that means one phosphorus and 3 chlorine atoms are present in one plane like this. All are present in one plane. Sir, above of the plane one chlorine atom like this, and below of the plane one chlorine atom like this. So these are arranged. So this structure we call it is trigonal bipyramidal. Trigonal bipyramidal. Trigonal bipyramidal structure. Sir, how many bond pairs are there totally? Sir, structure we are calling trigonal bipyramidal. Sir, bond pairs totally 5 bond pairs are there. 5 bond pairs are there. So hybridization if you say, that is sp3 dehybridization. sp3 dehybridization, total 5 bond pairs are there. sp3 dehybridization we call. So whatever it may be, in the 5 bond pairs 3 bond pairs are, which are 1, 2, 3. These 3 bond pairs are, we call it is equatorial bonds. Equatorial bonds. 3 bonds are equatorial bonds. Equatorial bonds. These are present equally. They are a distance they contain. That means here 202 picometers. Even though here also 202 picometers. Even though here also 202 picometers. Equal distance they contain. So 3 bonds are equatorial bonds. They contain equal distance. Then what about these 2? That we are calling 2 bonds which are PCl bonds. PCl bonds that we call axial bonds. Axial bonds like this. So axial bonds both are equal. So 3 equatorial bonds are equal. Then 2 axial bonds are equal. 3 equatorial bonds bond length if you see 202 picometers. Then above of this and below of this 240 picometers. So what we can say, axial bonds of PCl5 always longer than that of equatorial bonds. So axial bonds are longer than equatorial bonds. Longer than equatorial bonds. So this is so actually this structure, trigonal bipyramidal structure, when PCl5 in liquid state or in gaseous state, so the structure is trigonal bipyramidal structure. In the trigonal bipyramidal, so how the structure is present, then how many bond pairs are there, what is the hybridization of phosphorus atom, then How many equatorial bonds are there? How many axial bonds are there? So then one more thing you have to remember it. So what I told, these three are present in one plane. So that all are present in one plane. 3 chlorine atoms, 1 phosphorus atom is present in one plane. Then above of the plane, like this, above of the plane, 1 chlorine atom is present. So that what is the bond angle in between the plane and above the chlorine atom? So here, so plane and above the chlorine atom, you can expect the 90 degrees bond angle, right? Then trigonal planar, this is the trigonal planar actually. So in the trigonal planar, we know that bond angle is 120 degrees. How much? 120 degrees. These are all the things you have to remember for the structure of PCl5. So one is the structure trigonal bipyramidal. Then in this 3 equatorial bonds, 2 axial bonds are present. Then this structure actually in the liquid and vapor state, liquid and gaseous state only it is present. Then axial bonds always longer than that of equatorial bonds. It is about gaseous or vapor state. So what about the solid state? That we have to discuss. Then in the solid state, PCl5 structure in the solid state, how it will be present. So note it. Actually, in solid state, PCl5 is present in the ionic formation. So ionic compound. So what is that? Ionic compound is what? Andre, so PCl5 in the ionic state, PCl4 plus PCl6 minus, like this. One is cation, one is anion. One is cation, one is anion. So here PCl4 cation, it is present in the tetrahedral structure. Then PCl6 minus anion, it is octahedral structure. So tetrahedral and octahedral structure is present. So this is in the solid state. Understand all of you? Then what type of questions they are asking in the NEET examination, that we will discuss now. So here it is 2019 question NEET. So what is there? Identify the incorrect statement related to the PCl5 from following. Identify the incorrect statement in the following. Sir, about the structure only they are given all the statements. Sir. So look at one, sir. 2 axial PCl bonds make an angle 180 with each other. Is that correct or not? So look at axial bonds. This is axial and this is axial, like this. Sir, when it is present like this, what is the bond angle in between them? So 180. So here in between these two bonds, if you take bond angle is 180 only. So that is correct statement. Then if you come to the second statement, then axial PCl bonds are longer than equatorial bonds. We are already discussed. So axial bonds are 240 picometers. Then equatorial bonds are 202 picometers. So that axial bonds are longer always than the equatorial bonds. Then PCl5 is non-reactive. Sir, here it is a PCl5 reactive only. It can react. It can react with organic compounds like CH3COOH. Then 3 equatorial PCl bonds make an angle of 120 with each other. Sir, here already told which are present in the equatorial bonds, in between them 120 degrees is there. So that, sir, which is the correct statement? Which is the incorrect statement? So non-reactive is incorrect statement. Why? Because it is a reactive. Where it is reactive? So look at once, I will give one of the equation. CH3COOH, when it is reacts with PCl5, then it gives CH3COCl plus POCl3 plus HCl. It involves in the reaction of organic compounds like this. Understand all of you? So So this is about the structure of PCl5, and so what type of questions they are asking in the NEET examinations, that we are discussing. Thank you.